Hello. Oh, made it just in time. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2. And there goes my phone alarm. Holy, okay. Damn. Awesome. Hello. Let's see. There I am. What is up? Hope you guys didn't wait too long. Yeah. Alright. Let's get back into this. Let me move this away. Here we are. Okay, so I need to sneeze 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Does this work? 1 second. It does not. Like, alright. Can we back through one way or another? Nope, we can't. Alright. See. Outline, chatlock mode. Okay, never mind. What is the alt code for? Alt 10003. Does it support this? Nope. Okay, that wasn't right. Also not right. Yeah, all right. Cool. So, quick recap. What did we do last time? Last time we went and set up the Lua bindings, right, for our custom user types, which are our components, right? The base class with the get parent function, the GLM vec3 type that we want to be able to use, especially for positioning and transform and translating and whatever. For the quaternions, for all the rotational stuff that we want to do, the transform component with all of its positioning. We should also probably add like the matrix GLM functions, so GLM types to it, but that's all right for now. And lastly, we added the script components. right? Which has this one function called reload script that will allow it to restart execution if the script changes. Yeah, so what's next? Next is the script component, right? We want to be able to give a script to a single game object. So it acts on the game object itself. And we don't want to do this, right? We have this global script. This was for testing purposes. So yeah, let's do that, right? Go over to the script component. And for now, this is all it contains. Nothing much. We should probably do this for now. Then we can add a definition. And it doesn't add a definition. Awesome. Source action, add include. Okay. Components, right? Slash. Cool. Using the namespace Spark, right? And then we have script components, component as well. What we should probably do is this, right? And then in here we can go to H, and we can some okay. Let me check 1 second how the stream looks, just so make sure that mobile dashboard. Yeah, my allergies are acting up. I don't have my Wi-Fi on. All right, here we've been streaming for 25 minutes. Yes. Anything, stream manager. Okay. What's the title of the stream? How do I see that? Okay, it's correct. Yeah. What are we doing? We have full in the header. That makes sense, right? Because the script component is going to have to integrate with Lua. It needs functions. But does it need the header for now? It can use the header. That thing. Actually, I'm thinking if we make this a singleton, right? The Lua thing, we could pass it to all the functions that need it, right? That's possible, but I don't really want to do it that way, because if I start passing stuff, then I'm gonna have to design the whole main loop around it, right? it's going to become a whole system. Is that a thing that we want? Not for now. We're trying to play around. Let's see. There is this one templated header file for singletons that's very nice to have. Yes. Here it is. I'm just gonna copy it over. Let's make a new file. And then call it do I start with h, right? Not a component, can just go into the code, can add this, right? Put this in our namespace, factor namespace thing. Nope. Okay. What we can do is say this and namespace arc David. What this is like everything, like anything that actually inherits from this. Inherits from this becomes a singleton. So you only have one in your whole project, and you can just get it by using the get instance. Right? You have the class name, and you do get instance, and it gives you the instance of the thing, right? I want to have a Lua class, right? Like a Lua instance. And all it does is give me Lua thing, right? Yeah. New file. Lua instance h namespace spark, right? And then this is going to be class Lua instance final singleton, right? Then you pass the class itself, one instance, and this is your singleton, right? Put this. Oh, not compiled. Go away. Yeah. Include singleton h. Let me just do a quick rename of these things because it's starting to bother me. Here, be a capital. You should also be game object. Can be one word, can be two. Do I? Yeah, I capitalized in the class as well. So object, renderable, datable, singleton, you as well. Hope this doesn't break too much. Probably will because I include these everywhere and I need those names. But okay. Then I have objects. Main can stay like that. Okay. But a lot of things are going to break. This, right? Go through everything. Component with a big C. This transform component again. You that component includes game objects. Awesome. Doesn't include anything. Very clean. Singleton, capitalized. I should open some music. 1 second. Yeah, awesome. Bum, bum. All right. As I was saying, this is the singleton. Just close this. Let's refactor this source action. Add a header guard. We don't use pragma once. Here, community. There's also a header source action. Add a header guard. Test component includes imgo sure components, transform components. Okay. Script component, correct. Transform component, that's correct. Game object is correct. And main is probably not correct. Yes. Game object, test component, and script component. Okay. Let's go back. Right. Singleton. This. Right. Lua instance. Let's see. What is a singleton here? Okay. Gotta wait publicly. And then what we have is Lua instance. So explicit, right? We have this. Do some stuff, right? Okay. Good. It's public, right? And then we private. I know for a fact that the singleton class has to be a friend, right, of Lua instance. And then this has to be default constructed. Does it have to be default constructed? Looking. Yeah, I feel like it has to be default constructed. So, for instance, equals default, right? We don't want this constructor. What we do want is delete the copy and move constructors and overloads. Lua instance reference. Other, right, we can just this. If I copy and paste this, we can do delete that. Also deleted, right? And then we have operators, right? Lua instance reference operator equals with const Lua instance reference other. We deleted again. Thing mostly. Copy this over and then the R value is other. Okay. because this is default constructed, we need a void init, right? That's one thing that we have to call. Because the thing is, the singleton class, when we call get instance, what that does is it creates the instance, right? Statically, instantiates it, and it returns it. Been a while since I've looked into this. Let me check it, because I feel like get instances returns a T reference, and then this is already static, so probably won't do this twice. Initialization. Let's ask it. Dun, 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 dun. Defines a static local variable, right, which is initialized only once, returns a reference to the unique instance, and this is thread safe since C++7. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, local static instance, right, of type T, then we give it, and then that's the instance that we keep using. Go back to Lua instance. Here we need a public init, right? Init is going to create the Lua state, right? And I should look into how to pass around Lua, right? What's the safest way of doing it, right? Do I, for example, have it, I don't know, go by pointer? Do I give it like a sole state reference? Do I give it a state view? What's the best way of doing this? Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Lua and then Lua open library. Yeah, let's keep it in it. And then in here we store, what do we store? We store a soul state called Lua, right? And capitalize this. Do we want to capitalize it? Yeah, we can, sure. This will need the header, please. No, okay. Let's include it then. Include this and then soul/soul.hpp. Right. And include errors detected. You're a liar. All right. So we have the init function, right? True. Now in init, we're gonna do the, let's see, source action, create matching source file. Where in source, please, thank you. Add definitions, yes, init here. That's so weird, it doesn't add the definition. Okay, sure. Spark, yes, and then Lua instance, and then init like this, right? It's a void. Awesome. All right. So what does this do? What do we do in main? Let's take that quickly. We set up Lua, yes, sure. Init as ZL, yes. Soul state Lua, Lua open libraries. Okay. Right, so we can just take this, right? We can delete that. Set up Lua. We'll probably move that as well into the Lua instance, but we can delete this, right? The only thing that's actually necessary is opening the libraries for the soul state, right? Let's clean it up here a bit. Thank you. Yeah. So now if we do Lua instance get instance.init, we can be sure that we have a Lua state there, right? And then we'll probably have a reference to it, right? So here init and then and give it state reference, right? State, right? Is this const? No, it's not. I don't know what functions this is going to be calling. So what we can do is just do return Lua, right? Feel like okay. So now if I go back to main, let me take this because this is not main responsibility. Lua instance of CPP here. Oh no, this is not what I want to show. Right. Sorry, that was on my phone. My bad. Here, set up Lua, right? Yes, Lua instance. I'm gonna rename this function. Set up bindings, right? This does not really need that. And then what we do is, oops, sorry. Have all of you go here, call it Lua, right? And then I can add this into the header file. It's also private. Void setup bindings, right? Lua instance, yes, you shouldn't cry anymore. Go back to main, right? Main setup Lua, you don't exist. Did I call setup Lua in the constructor or in init? I don't think I did. Where are you? Lua instance, yes. Here, open libraries, yes. And then setup bindings, please. Thank you. Now if I go in here, we have Lua instance, right? That's what we need. I'm gonna need this. Game object, yeah, sure. We include Lua instance.h, right? Lua instance get instance, also it's in namespace Spark get instance, right? Dot init, please, right? And then what we do is let's do it this way. No. Here. Auto reference Lua. This, right? Lua dot get states and then dot script here. I think this should work, right? There's mostly the same things. The only thing that's different is the fact that now we have this Lua object that we can access from anywhere we want, which is also the script component in this case. And that way we can add and remove scripts and whatever anytime we want. Okay, let me just do this quickly. Oh, but yeah, okay. Now this is going to need a lot of things. Here, include this, right? I'm gonna include GLM here. Oh, include GLM slash glm.hpp, right? That will fix those. But it won't fix the transform component and the script component, right? Include errors. No, you're lying. Right, okay. Include. Let's see. This This includes game objects. And oh no, okay, that's good. Game object doesn't include anything. Include in here we have the components slash let's form components, please. And then we can copy, paste, and then also the script. It might be a good idea to have a way for these components to bind themselves to Lua instead of having to do it this way, right? But that's all right for now. Okay, so if I go to script components, right, I have to go in here. I know that this is going to complain. Let's go do this then, right? I don't need a constructor in here. We need a void components init function, right? It doesn't do anything for now. Same for these three. Refactor, generate equality, add definitions. Yeah, the thing is, this is not gonna work, right? I know. Here, that is just disgusting. What the hell? Why does it not work? Oh well, more typing work then. Void components there. We do the updates, right? This is the void component render function. Also void component render mgui function. This, yeah, sure. And then there's the bool component. What was it? Yeah, scripts, right? And this returns true for now. Right, so if I am build now, it should normally build. See, configuring done, build files done, transform component, game object main. Ooh, there's a game object.cpp that's still okay. That worked. Then I can normally do this. And what do we get? And we get an error. Let's abort this. An error occurred and has been passed to an error handler. Attempt to call a null value, global vec3. That's interesting. Lua get state.script. Oh, yeah. Ah, this is what we forgot. Okay, that's embarrassing. Build. It's building. Awesome. We run. There we go. Awesome. Everything still works as intended. But now we have a Lua singleton. Should probably do the same for the window and the renderer, the singletons. But I'm fine for now. Cool. I am, however, kind of curious why the initial vector here has this tab in it, while originally it doesn't. Interesting. Okay, that fixed it. Weird. Oh yeah, that's also weird. I didn't even notice this. I guess I forgot the toString method here, but it still works. Awesome. If you pass it as an argument to print, I guess it automatically tries to convert it to a string. And if it can't find the toString method, that's what it uses. That's actually very nice. Cool. All right. What now? Next step is the script component, right? I think we can, for now, just comment this out. It's not really necessary. Like this. What do we do? The script component, right? Let me do this, right? And we can add components, game object, pointer, parent, right? With the components here. Yes, this is what we can do, right? And I guess we call init. Do we have to call init in there? Not really. Actually, what we can do... Because what we have one Lua state that's global, right? But for scripts, what we do want is we want to be able to say, hey, this... We have this game object, right? And then we use that game object to do stuff. And somebody is just ringing my bell. Okay, I have to look into how one does this. See. Here. Right, you have to add some stuff. They should really open the door. Not me though. But okay. Yeah. Do I need this in here to be able to inherit from it? Yes, I do. Can't just say, hey, there's this. I can't forward declare it. But okay. I'm thinking. Okay. Okay. So in Lua instance, right? Do we ever give it the game object thing? We don't. We should. Right. So let's get here. To Lua, right? We add a new user type, which is Spark game object, right? No constructor. Let's call it game object there, and then so no constructor there. There is a game object type, right? Should also give it the get parent function, right, which calls Spark game object get parent, which is cool. right? We can give it a parent. After we did that, we now have okay, so we can do this. Then when initializing the script component, right? We have to create a couple things, right? For the script component to work. Let's go in here, component.h. So we have to have a script path, right? We don't want to work with hard-coded stuff. This is a reference, please. Let's string reference. Okay, I guess I should. Storing a reference to this would mean that if I pass it an R reference and it goes out of scope, I wouldn't have a correct string anymore, I guess. So copying it over in here is, I think, the good way. But all right. I'm going to need something called a sol environment. An environment, right? Script environment, right? And then I'm also going to need functions that are defined in Lua, right? Sol protected function. Lua update, for example, right? And then I do this because I have Lua update, I have render, I have Lua Ingui render, and then let's say we have an init as well, right? Not sure I should have an init. I don't really have an init in my interfaces right now. Maybe I should, right? So that we can, it's like kind of the start function. that Unity has, right? Could be nice. Then that should be fine, right? It's okay. What? So what we have to do is we have to create these things, right? So that this component, right? Just initialize. Do this, right? We don't really have to do it there. But I don't know what the default of the script environment thingy is. So, okay. Script path here. We have nothing. It's an empty string. EM script environment. What is this? Right. This needs. What do you need? Full stack reference, and another environment. Basic environment. Lua state index. Okay. See what's your first. Okay. Full stack reference. That's not what we're gonna give you. We are going to give you Lua state. Let me just look this up. Environment. Sol2 environment. Okay. An environment. What's this? Okay. To provide an environment where local variables are set and get retrieved. Just a plain table and all the same operations from tables will apply. Okay. So you pass it your Lua, right? Lua instance. This is gonna be disgusting, but okay. Lua instance dot get state, and then you do sol create. Seems like. But of course, if you want to use Lua instance, we are going to have to include Lua instance, right? Include Lua instance. Oh no, do that. Yeah, and then I guess okay. Okay, and then I guess we have to give it a fallback. Was it a fallback environment, right? And the fallback environment that we are going to give it is globals, right? What a function call. Yeah, not pretty at all, but okay. That's the script environment, right? So I know these are going to be done first. Next thing is we look into, well, we set the environment. We set a variable called game object with a small g, right? To actually use parent. You don't need to be able to call get parent yet. Look at this. Now we need to be able to have a script. Let's give it a default constructor that also takes in a string. Copy this over to this and say you are script path. Okay. So it seems like I am moving this out in here. So okay, the script thingies we are going to have to parent, right? I have to do this and then pop. We have some issues, right? Okay. I'm gonna have to have a function. And execute script. Right. Add a definition. Okay. save it. Sure. Don't really need this, but all right. So in here, what we do is we does this store the Lua state? Should it? Not really. Do this. Make it a bit easier on us. Lua equals instance get instance dot get state. Right. This is going to be a source state reference. And then we can do whatever we need with it, which is we have an auto result. Hey, can this go back? Hey, please. What the? Okay, thank you. This is going to be Lua dot a script file. Right. What this does is see script file. Okay, where is it, please? Save script file here. Yeah, okay, so it tries to load it, right? Probably also executes it, the script that it loads. Okay, so script path, we have to give it environment. So environment, right? And then what's it called? Load mode. In this case, script pass on error. So result dot valid. If I can type, please. Thank you. If it's not valid, what we want. Then we give it an error, right? We output something saying just retrieve our error, right? Error equals results, and then we can do a console error. No. Saying what? We say script error. Well, let's say loading script. this, then that, and then script boop, boop. Do this image mark, and then we say off like that. Give it a space, and then this will be script path, right? Whoop, this, that, this, and then we say some more stuff. This and error dots. Error dots. Right. Really have to clear. So what we do is we do a backslash and we close. Right. And then we can return. Let's do this first. False. All right. Otherwise, dun, dun, dun. Otherwise, we're fine, right? Script. And we can say return true. We can probably do some more error checking here, but it's not really that necessary, I suppose. Okay, so after setting the environment with the current game object, we say if, right, put an execute script. That works. Then we retrieve our functions. Lua init is script environment, and let's call this init. Right. This update. This update render, then render imqui. Go update. Go render imqui render. Should be the same, I think, because in okay, there we have it called render imgui. Should be same in here. Dun dun dun. Mhm. Bum bum bum. So it tries to find all these, right? And then we should do checks, right? If lower init thoughts valid, right? Oh, it should be something like this. Let's just copy this, and then I can do the mouse. Just paste, right? And then we can just quickly do like a error, right? Being up. Something like couldn't find in it this, couldn't find in it in and then a session. Do this, put it there, and put it there, save it all, and then couldn't find dates, couldn't find render, also GUI, right? We should store these, right? But it's all right. My keyboard's battery is low. 1 second. I'm back. All right. Let's see. For now, what I'll do is I'll just add a file. With everything, right? Then I think it's just as simple as just saying dun, 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 dun. Say here, or wait, if it's not valid, yeah, okay, should be fine. Or what in it? No. init is not of type. Yeah, not equal to all type function. Should also check for this, right? That, and then it's this, paste that there, this, that there, and then copy this and paste that there. Okay. Um, and then yeah, I just do the same checks in here, right? Say the update, right? Might be better if we cache this, but okay. And then auto result of this function is update, right? Call that function. And then I check if the result is not valid. That means something went wrong. With what? And then what I do is I get the error, right? Good. All error equals the result, right? And then I say that the error in script update that, then I say error dot what, and I give it a new line. And then I just copy this over for all of these, changing a couple of things. That, and then what render, right? It's render. There's mgui, right? M underscore mgui render. There. No, not the insert mode. Render mgui. Good. And like that. Okay. Okay. And then what do we do with reload scripts? Now I'm not gonna do bother with the reload script. now I need to have my game object have this, right? Script component of H. Why is it complaining about that? Oh yes, okay. Oh, why? Let's go to main. Right here, it adds the test component. Let's also give it Spark script component. Right. And then I should also be able to give this a path now. And I think if we say test dot lua, right? This should work, but I do have to go into here, into build bin, right? And in here it has a debug exe. So in here, if I make a test.lua, right? And then I have a function in it. I end it. I have a function update, and then I end it, and then I have a function render. I end, and I have a function render mgui, and I end. Right, and then if I say in here, I say print I think I can have like a local it's how do I have a boolean in Lua? Okay, it does have that. Okay. As printed false. We need that. And then if not printed, right? And I have to use a then. True. I have to say print. From a Lua script. And I end. Oh no, I also have to set as printed to true. So it does it once. Do we think this will work? I hope it will. So if I try and build this, what happens? Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Damn. Hey, calm down. What is this? Okay. Oh, yeah, true. I have to do the get type. Damn. That was scary. All those errors. Here. Are you happy now? Nope, still not. Alright, again. Here, get type. You as well. You as well. Hello. Doing great. Welcome. Just fixing some bugs with the Lua script component that I'm adding to my game objects. If this works, we'll be able to attach scripts in Lua to single game objects, which have their own custom environments in which they can modify their attached like parents, I guess. How's it going with you? Oh yeah, it built. Let's see. Oh no, couldn't find update in Lua script. All right, almost. Um. So it came here. Is it because we don't call the init function? Probably. Okay, so if I come here. Oh, in Kotlin. Making an Android app. Component, and then we call init. Hell yeah, look at this. Also, if you haven't seen, this is the Tesla script that I just made. And hey, I am pretty pumped about this. A Discord bot. The first time I'm hearing Kotlin being used for Discord bot. Is that like a popular language for that type of project? Hey. Well, we got the scripts working. I should probably make like a resources folder. I mean, similar to Java, so true. Like, what are the main differences? Like, Kotlin versus Java. Let me look this up. Both have their strength. Kotlin is more modern. Okay, duh. Concise syntax and null safety. And officially supported by Google for Android development. Yeah. More concise syntax. Yeah, I get that. That's a good reason. Especially with Java's very verbose statements and factories and patterns and whatnot. Yeah, cool. Well, what's the Discord bot about? What's it doing? Is it like a moderation helper or like a music player? Okay, so I am going to go back to the main. Okay. What I want to do is I want to put this under a res folder. Right, so an economy bots. The test. Oh shit, my bad. Damn. Sorry. I just got a bit too hyped there. Didn't even notice. Okay. Sorry. Let me show you the Lua script. It's pretty basic. Yeah. So let me just explain what the script component is doing. I don't know how familiar you are with C++, but what I'm having here is just a very basic, very outdated ECS model, where game objects are stored in scenes. They're owned by them. You have game objects that store components that derive from a base component class. Something that looks like this. I have some interfaces to be able to separate updatable stuff from renderable and ImGUI renderable stuff. That prevents some like empty function calls. If I were to use, for example, if I were to put all these functions instead of in interfaces into like the base component class, you'd have the component class which has empty functions for all of these, just so they're always available. This way I can separate them inside of the game object class, and I can update whatever needs updating. I can render whatever needs rendering, right? So they remove some overhead with the virtual calls, but okay. That's that. The script component itself I'm using Sol3, which is, I guess, like a wrapper for between Lua and C++, allowing me to easily call Lua scripts, get variables from them, like both ways, right? I can push stuff into Lua, like a global space, like an environment. I can push functions, I can retrieve functions from Lua. But in this case, what I'm doing is I'm retrieving functions that are defined in this Lua script. And they have to be defined by the correct names. Kind of think of like Unity, right? Where you have your start functions, your awake function, your update function, render function. No, you don't have a render function, but in this case you do. But yeah, you have some preset functions that you can use, and you can fill them. I have some bindings in the Lua instance, if I can find it. Here, set up bindings function. This tells Lua, the global state, whatever is available to it, right? I give it my own custom variables, my types, give it some GLM stuff that I use. Here are the components that I can access. And the Lua instance then has the knowledge of these types, and then can call these predefined C++ functions on them, right? So it goes both ways. And just now, what we did is, in the script component, what we do is we have the preset functions that I just told you about, the update, render ImGUI. In the initialize, I try to find, like I load the script that I give the constructor, right? A path, I load the script. If I can find it, I try to retrieve the functions from Lua. And if I can find them, right, what happens is during the actual update, render and render ImGUI in like the game loop, it calls the functions that it retrieved from Lua at the start, and then I guess the game object updates via Lua instead of using C++ to script, right? Scripting in C++ isn't the most enjoyable thing. So doing this is going to alleviate a lot of pain, I think. Especially like having used Unreal Engine and C++ scripting there. Not the best experience, but all right. This was mainly what I wanted to do today, so I'm very pumped. Took me, what, 2 hours? Also the first time I'm doing this. For university, I had a programming course where I had to make a game engine and the recreation of like... Oh no, this is completely a hobby project, totally only for myself. Lua, as I was saying, like I had to make a game engine and like recreate a 80s/90s arcade game inside of it. And during that programming course, one of the last things we discussed was scripting and virtual machines. And Lua came up, right? That was pretty interesting. But because it was towards the end of the semester, we didn't really have the time to go into it deeply. It wasn't also like a requirement on the game engine that they asked of us. So it always has been like a question in the back of my mind, like how does this actually work? And this is mainly trying to, I guess, answer that question that's in the back of my mind, right? And I'm happy I did. But it does need a lot of cleanup because the engine that I have set up here, well, engine in quotation marks, is well, not the most performant, doesn't have the best like cleanest code, but it's nice. I have MGUI in there, I can render, it's using SDL3. Now I have like the script component going somewhat. So yeah, I'm thinking I'll just continue with this. Like the first thing that I want to make with this is like a DVD type, like the, you know, the screensaver where it bounces around the screen. If I can make that with the script component and like a basic Lua script in there, I think I'll have achieved my goal of answering this question. And then we'll see from there, right? Maybe there'll be a time where I clean all of this up. And then it could be like a cool sandbox area for projects where we can, I don't know, test some game mechanics, maybe go into like a deeper, I don't know, rendering type stuff, because I am using the SDL3 renderer at the moment, which isn't the best. It's not the most capable, especially if you ever want to do 3D stuff, which I do want to do, right? So yeah, I'm thinking of like in a rough roadmap, changing the render backend into something that's a bit more flexible, where I can change between Vulkan and OpenGL, and maybe even SDL3, like the original renderer. But that's all just experimenting, right? So yeah, I hope that answers your question. I've been streaming for 2 hours. Yeah, no, I'm pretty pleased with myself right now. Yeah, hey, welcome back. Do I ever plan to release this to the public? Yeah, kinda. Like in the even more distant future, my plans for this is having it work in the browser with mscripten. Like if I can compile this to WASM, right, WebAssembly, and have the whole engine just run in the browser, that would be amazing, right? And then maybe we could develop some type of file format, right? People making games with this engine in their browser could, I don't know, export their games, kind of like Pico 8, right? And then you'd have this one file, binary file, I guess, that you can then load into like another type and a loader, an engine, runtime, whatever, which is also, I guess, hosted on a browser, and you'd be able to share games, right? Yeah, it's been like something that it's like a passion project idea, kinda dream. I don't know what to call it. I've been like sketching some stuff for this. Like it's been what, 3 or 4 years since I've been like thinking and tinkering with this. A similar project is oh, what's it called? Wait, let me find it. There is this one YouTuber, this YouTube channel called JavidX9. I don't know if you know him. That guy makes like some amazing C++ tutorials, talking about some libraries, so some networking stuff, and his community, well, he and his community have made a game engine called the OLC Pixel Engine, I think. And what they've done is they've taken that C++ engine and have made a browser version of it where you can like write code in C++. Like on one side of the screen, you have like an IDE, and on the right side is the actual like game that gets rendered and updated with each new line of code you add. If I can find it, I'm gonna send you the link. It's amazing. Yes, found it. It's PGE Tinker. Can I send it in chat? 1 second. Yes, here it is. I don't know if I can send links. I guess I can. Wait. Can I? Not that. That's okay. I think if I do this and here, yes, amazing. Here, see, this is on the left side. You have your, I guess, your game, right? Which is just one file. It loads up the OLC Pixel Game Engine, and you have your functions, right? On user create, on user update, clear, rendering stuff, and then you can run it. It compiles it to WASM using like mscripten, right? Here you have the mscripten player, and it actually works, right? You have your console, your output, and it's just mind-blowing what you can do with this, right? So yeah, if you ever feel bored and do something interesting, I want to learn something new, I guess, this is a very cool toy you can use. Especially, it's kind of like shader toy. Where you can like write shaders in GLSL, I think it was, which is very amazing as well. But this one is interactive as well, so I guess choose your poison, right? It's just amazing what people can do, especially with browsers and like making stuff easily accessible to people. Just so cool. Yeah. Oh well, I've been rambling for a while now. Ooh. Anything else I want to add to this? I'm thinking. No, I think I'm fine. I've been talking long enough. Hey, well, Yoshi boy, thanks for tuning in. It was nice chatting to you. Hope to see you next time. Trying to do this like quite regularly, especially like at least an hour a day if I can. But yeah, it was nice. We got the scripts working, Lua environments, bindings, function calling. It was cool. It was cool. Let's try to continue the streak. And I guess what's next on the list? Runtime script editing. Yes, that's the next thing. So the next thing is going to be adding a CMake. I guess something with fetch content, because I remember there being a cool like IDE type text editor plugin, like add-on for ImGUI. We'll get that into the project. We'll add like a button to it so that we can reload stuff in real time, add scripts, reload them, and see how game objects react to them, right? It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be fun. But all right. Awesome. Cool. I'm gonna stop it here. Otherwise, I just keep rambling. Thanks again for tuning in. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for your company. It was awesome. See ya. Have a good night. Well, it's night for me. Good evening, good day, wherever you live. And see you next time. Bye.